when people sit for all these hours, what happens to them?
Okay, that's a really cool question. Again, super relevant as well. So what happens to a sedentary, am I saying that right? I always struggle with that word.
Sedentary?
Yeah, sedentary. I never pronounce it right, I know how it's written.
Yeah.
But a person who's basically not really exercising in their day to day. So there's a few things that happen to your body when you're sitting at a desk first day. First thing that I think happens, and it's quite common for people, is they start to lose posture. So their shoulders start to round forward. So our body does this thing after time. It will move. Your body will naturally move to the position that it's most comfortable in. And for a lot of people, that will be your shoulders will round forward. The reason being that the muscles that stabilize your scapula, so basically...
Scapula being shoulder blades?
Yes, exactly. So thank you. The muscles that stabilize your shoulder blades are basically all around your back. You have your lower traps, you have your rotator cuff muscles, all of these muscles, they are not strong enough to keep your chest upright because they haven't been trained. So instead of this position with good posture being comfortable and the position that your body resorts to, because the muscles are strong and stable, your shoulders will start to round forward. This leads to us having poor posture.
Hunchback.
Exactly. And that's what's happening in your upper body. Now we come to our lower body. You're in this position where your hips are flexed. When I say flex, so it basically means extended would be you're standing upright, you're standing tall. Flex means your knees are basically bent. So we're in this position now where our hips are constantly flexed. And because we're sitting in this position, what happens to the muscles here around your hip flexors, around your hips, is that they are in a shortened position for a long time, but they start to maintain this shortened position. So that's why we might feel like really, my hips feel really stiff, they feel really tight, because your hip flexors are now shortened. So instead of them being in their healthy, elongated, like natural position, they're now shortened, and basically pulling down also on your glutes as well. So it doesn't feel good.
And you're saying the muscles, they change, they become
shorter. Yeah.
Wow, crazy.
They become shorter. Well, because our muscles can like lengthen and shorten, basically. That's the property of muscle.
That's crazy because I this is one of the few times I hear this, right? What we hear more often from YouTube and like influencer channels is muscles grow and shrink. You get big biceps, you get small biceps.
Yeah.
But the fact that they get longer and shorter, this is okay. So more sitting means your hip flexors become shorter chronically.
Yes, it's the same thing when we train, right? Really cool. Oh, this was so cool. I learned this like recently as well. So let's say, for example, I'm doing a bicep curl.
Yeah.
A lot. You see sometimes in the gym guys walking around with their arms like this.
Yeah.
Like their elbow is not fully straight.
Yeah.
The reason for that is because they've done so many bicep curls to like half range of motion that now the bicep tendon has actually become shortened and used to that range of motion because they're not going through the full range. So now when they're relaxed, they're in that half range of motion in the relaxed state because that's the range of motion they train through. It's the same way we're sitting with our hips flexed like this. So now when we're relaxed, our hip flexors are shortened.
Interesting. So then if the opposite is true, so for example, these bicep guys, if they keep their arms in an extended position for a long portion of the day, will they get that mobility back or?
No. So now we need to talk about what mobility is.
Okay.
Right? So to understand how they fix the problem, you also need to understand what is actually mobility.
Yes.
Because a lot of the time we're like, you're saying you're just gonna keep the arm there, basically.
Exactly. So keep it straight and then it lengthens.
They're just gonna stretch it, basically.
Yeah.
But that's not what mobility is. Mobility and stretching are two different things.
Okay, but before we get to mobility, would stretching fix the problem?
Stretching on its own, no.
Interesting. Because it's the lack of stretching that got them there in the first place. It shortened the muscle.
Yes, exactly. So stretching, I'm saying yes and no.
Okay.
What's they say in German? Jein. Yeah. Jein. Because you're stretching, cool, but then the muscle is still going to be weak, which is not beneficial for you. So that's why I'm saying jein. What you would want to do is you would want to go through the full range of motion and put it under load and control. So mobility is what we call stretch. It's almost like stretching, but it's not exactly stretching. It's going through a full range of motion with control and stability. So now what I'm doing is I would add a load. A lot of the time to add stability, you add a load, so it makes it unstable. So you're now going through that full range of motion, nice and controlled with a load.
And nice and controlled means no shaking. No
exactly.
jittery.
It means taking your time. You're not
right.
Nice and controlled. Same thing with our hips. We're not just going to stretch it. We're going to go through the full range of motion, under control, preferably with a load or something that adds stability.
So would you say this is almost like a prerequisite to heavy load weightlifting, hypertrophy, strength style training, where unless you can do a mobility version of a movement, then you have no business doing a hypertrophy or strength version of this movement? You know what I mean? Like with a bicep curl, if I can't lift a bicep a dumbbell, like a 2 kilogram dumbbell, if I can't lift a 2 kilogram dumbbell slow and controlled, mobility style, then I have no business trying this rapidly with like a 8, 10 kilogram dumbbell.
I don't think that's not what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Because in terms of like resistance training,
yeah,
not everything you're going to do is tempo, because we have tempo training,
right,
which is where you do things like with a slow concentric and a slow eccentric. That's tempo training. It's another variable of making your training harder.
Interesting.
So like in hypertrophy training, you can either increase the weight, increase the reps, or you can slow down the tempo of what you're doing. It's another like variable that we can change.
So you could do mobility style training for hypertrophy.
Yeah, mobility style training. So mobility is a training of its own.
Okay.
And hypertrophy is a training of its own.
Okay.
Just want to like clear that up. The reason I was using the bicep curls, not because that's a mobility training, it's just because it's an exercise that they've done not through the full range of motion. So what it's done, it's shortened the muscle. So ideally, we want to train through full ranges of motion so that we can function fully as humans. And people have this belief that if I go through the full range of motion, well, I'm going to be weaker at the end point. So they go like halfway. It's easier.
Right.
But that's also not true, because if you train through the full range of motion, you're going to get stronger through the full range of motion. And then the full bicep is going to be strong instead of just half of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not sure if I answered your question.
You did. You did. Yeah, it was about what happens to, the OG question, right? What happens to us when we sit a lot? So you mentioned the shoulder, we get a hunchback.
Yes.
And I see this so often, especially unfortunately on airplanes, like traveling.
Yeah, it happens.
Oh my gosh. Like it's people literally, like they become C-shaped, literally shaped like a C, because they're like over a laptop like this. The hunchback, and then you mentioned the hip flexors, they shorten. The muscles actually shorten.
Exactly.
And then mobility is what can... But I didn't mean to cut you short. You said the shoulders, the hip flexors. What else happens? Is there anything else?
Those were like the two main ones that I was thinking of when it comes to your body.
Okay, and so those were the problems. And to solve it, you mentioned we do some stretching, we do some mobility.
Yeah, so for example, for the hunchback, what I would go with then is strength training. So now the problem is that my back muscles are weak.
Yeah.
So I'm going to strengthen them up.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do, you can do exercise like face pulls.
Yeah.
It's an exercise. It's quite good for working your trapezius muscles, especially. You can do something like seated rows. Same thing. Also good for working those muscles here that stabilize your scapula.
Yeah. So anything that pulls backwards to bring you back up.
Yes, exactly.
Interesting.
So